guys. I'm Robbie, this is Henry, we're RPHub. So basically, over the year we found that when trying to get undergraduate research, there really is no good way to do it, because I went to the ECSE office and asked if there were any openings available, and the secretary said that there's no place where all that information is just compiled. Instead, you sort of have to go talk to individual professors. And then when you try to do that, some will say, no, we don't have openings right now. Others will say, we need you to take this class first. And we found that generally the whole process is a lot longer than it really has to be. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make essentially a hub in which professors can just post essentially what the research there is, what research they are doing, and if they have any openings available, and potentially what sort of qualifications you would need to fill those openings. Students respond through email. We didn't want it to be like a blog spot where you can comment, because, I don't know, we thought that would be a little bit unprofessional. We want it to be, professors can post, but you would either email them back, and there's a little thing on our site to do that, and then we're maybe thinking of doing just a messaging system where you have a little sort of thing that says all the replies. Our platform is Node.js, Express, MongoDB, Mongoose. There are lots of stuff that are pretty commonly used. Right now we have it that accepts RPA email addresses. We're going to talk a little bit more about this later, but what Henry dug up is essentially a database of every active RPI address, the name attached to it, and the curriculum that they're studying. So what we're going to do is we're going to check it against that, and hopefully try not to be any creepier than what people are already used to. We have directives that react academic discipline, and a tagging system so you can tag posts, so it'd be you can tag it with computer systems engineering or physics or whatever you want. And our plans for this summer are to, going forward, are to get a career. Actually, you should just do a demo right now. Sure. Okay. So, first, just going to run the server. And when I do that, it's going to ask me to log in. Or I can register if I want to, using these fields. But for now, I basically just made a simple account that gets me in. And then from there, I can go to any field I want to. These posts, what we're going to do is we're going to, in the near future, have them populated only with posts that are relevant to the specific interest that you're looking at. So for example, if you went to humanities, it wouldn't show engineering and physics. And then here would be sort of general, each user would have a list of interests that they care about, and this is essentially just sort of news feed that shows all of the recent ones that are tagged with interests that you should. You can request something, so you can say that and anything, and it submits. The account the name is sample user, so that's where that comes from, and it's just given the date. Once it comes online, you can be able to email directly back. Other features, yeah. This isn't yet as dynamic as we want it to be, but ultimately what we want this is that this is essentially just this home would basically take you here, and then you could list certain interests and then add interests to your running queue, and log out. So that's some of the stuff that we have, and that's some of the stuff that we want to have coming down later. So we're going to do the hackathon, and we're going to try to get a lot of the stuff that's still lingering done. And we're hoping that, and we talked to some professors, and they said that they want to use it a little bit before determining feedback and seeing what they want out of the software. So we're hoping that by next week we can get it live, and then we can just give them an account to use, and then they can sort of play with it and give us feedback. And we also want better sorting for posts, because right now there is really no good sorting mechanism. And we also don't really have enough posts yet to make it to have a need for one, but that's definitely coming. Actually, do you want to show your database thing? Or, sure. Is that kind of this game?
week, there's a website on RPI where it's called RPI Directory, and it has all the information about everyone. So if I just put my email address, it shows up my name, what class, and Caribbean.
Yeah, this is I think you're taking it from RPI Directory, right? It is, what is that site you're using?
RPI Directory.
Yeah, so this is a JSON output. If you have you used a website called RPI Directory? This is the one. This was done by RPI, previous RCOS students. So I think this was there before. Let me go. I'm sure that most of you have seen this, right? Say, for example, if you do this. So you can even, so this is a website which gives you all kinds of other interesting information. So this was an, so if you do an insight, yeah, this is tells you about in terms of majors, which department has the largest number of majors, which year, and what is the first name, most common first name, what is the most common last name, and so on. So there are lots of statistics that are available here, and this is linked to the RPI mobile and so on. So this was an RCOS project before. So this is the output you get is a JSON output. That's what it's saying. That is what. Yeah. This was done before. People have criticized PP and so on.
Know about that.
Okay, that's okay.
I actually never heard of that. But yeah, so the utility of that is that it makes checking for RPI addresses a lot easier. So for example, if you try to log in with an address that's not valid, it'll just bounce you. So you can't just like make like an arbitrary account with the email address and start.
Yeah, the other possibility you can also use campus authentication systems that union people use. So there is one authentication system that you can use. So they are there. So you don't have to write any new authentication system.
And then it would just immediately check for your major and then start requesting interest based on that. So, yeah, I can take this back real quick. And this is the last few things. Use questions and comments and special thanks. So, any questions or comments? Do you guys think that you'd be willing to do this? Yeah.
I like what you're doing with the whole categorizing research projects and stuff. I think you should be adding more metrics to the actual projects. So measuring as much about the projects as you can, maybe credits that they provide, any payment that they could offer, how many students they could accept, specifically any sub-major that they're working with, stuff like that. That way it helps you in their sorting and it helps us as someone as a student decide which one we want to go to. So collect as much information as you can. That's really my only tip. Collect as much and then provide it to us. That way we can make the best decision.
We were planning to make a dynamic interest, like we were planning to use hashtags, so you could use whatever tags you want.
I think you're saying like
yes.
That makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah, some kind of a rating system. So that's knowledge. You can give different rating systems.